For the grip, talking shit, spread his brain like jam, caught up in the assist, NBA, blowing up my phone, boy just like the Knicks, on the court, catch me shooting deep, Curry can't compare, I'm a fan, every fit, up against the stakes, my straight, green blow, yeah, I'm fucking tight, got this nigga play, on my fucking go, and yo ho, she be bagging up, give me time, if I pick up,
That look real cute, no light, go ahead. Yo, shout out New York City, man. Shout out New York City, man. We've been rolling. New York City been a vibe, man. Shout out Assad. Shout out Assad, man. AKA Zeus God for the song, man. Thank you.
I'm the shit, I be moving slow.
We're not gonna talk about none of that one. Peace, y'all. How y'all doing? Been a little minute, too. Yeah, what's good, y'all? What's this? Episode 25? This 25? This Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons.
This Ben Simmons? Episode Ben Simmons? Your favorite player, D? Don't act like you wasn't jacking Ben Simmons.
Hey, like, can we call it D Rose?
Yeah,
I can't. You can't call it Ben Simmons.
Nah, Ben Simmons was my guy. I was one of those guys that was fucking with Ben Simmons, bro. Like, I was fucking with Ben Simmons.
Fucking with the Frenchman?
Yeah. Yeah, no, he ain't from France. Yeah, he was but welcome to the pod, y'all. Episode 25. You already know we on playoff edition. We in the Western Conference Finals. We in the Eastern Conference Finals. Y'all already know. Y'all to the left of me. Y'all already know. Ty the God. They ain't gotta really be introduced, man. He ain't bring the shades today though, but he brought the chains out. Man. It was good though.
What up though?
To the right of me, y'all already know Jordan. Calm Wolf, Killer Calm. You already know, ready for episode 25. You already know JD.
Get it!
JD, man, the building. But we just got through Minnesota, OKC game 1. OKC beat them after coming off a gruesome game 7 in Denver. Well, against Denver, it was in OKC. I'm just gonna go straight into it. We gonna go. As a matter of fact, shout out Denver. Jamal Murray, he was playing injured. Sig, Aaron Gordon came in with a hamstring, Michael Porter with the shoulder, the fired coach.
Yeah.
Denver made it all the way to a game 7 in the second round. With even all that was going on, Nikola Jokic still proved, without a doubt, he's top 3. It arguably cemented top 3 player in this league, arguably number 1. Shout out Nikola Jokic. Shout out Donovan Mitchell. And the Cavaliers.
Before you go on the Cavs real quick, I wanted to touch on Denver because I
want to touch on Denver?
100%.
Facts.
But I also want to touch on something that Aaron Gordon was talking about,
and
it was about the simple fact that I feel like they rushed the shit out of round 2. Which, when you rush the games, you get a lesser tier product of basketball, hence so many blowouts or not too many games being
competitive.
Yeah.
Lead changing every other minute, every 3 minutes, things of that sort. And I agree 100% with him. He went down with not even went down. He continued to play.
Yeah, he continued. Shout out Aaron Gordon.
Grade 2 hamstring strain. That's crazy, bro. On top of that,
it is.
Steph Curry. Same thing with Steph. And the minute they finished that game with Houston, game 7, he was just right in Minnesota. Like they had the data. Like I can't even recoup. So like. I feel like recovery is something that the players, and not even the players, the teams and the staff have to do a better job at doing, because that's crazy, bro.
I agree. When Aaron Gordon said it, and it's not like he's one of those players that can't talk about this. He's one of those players that even with a hamstring stepped on the court and continue to play. I agree. I feel like we'll get a better product if they get more days off, but the NBA, it's a money thing. It's a money thing. They gotta pay their advisors. It's a couple things that involve money that they can't stop things from going on and shit like that. They gotta get through the other games. Yeah. But I do agree that the days off will help the product. Shout out Aaron Gordon and shout out Denver though. Shout out the Cavaliers. They also lost in the second round too. I knew they were fugazi. I knew the Cavaliers was fugazi. I just knew it. It's nothing that Donovan Mitchell had proved this season that he didn't prove before. Nothing. This just reminded me of Utah. This Donovan Mitchell squad reminded me of Utah. And one thing about Shannon Fry, Shannon Fry said something about Jared Allen that I agree. Ain't nobody scared of Jared Allen, bro. Ain't nobody scared of Jared
I thought you
Allen.
were gonna say
He ain't got no heart. He ain't got no heart, bro. He don't show it. There was rumbling. He was standing on the side. He's supposed to be the big. You get in there. Jared Allen. He was 2 years removed or a year removed from him saying that the lights was too bright. Remember? He said the lights was too bright in New York, and he lost that series. Jared Allen is soft. He's soft, and I told you, in order to unlock Evan Mobley, you have to get rid of Jared Allen.
Mm-hmm.
No knock on him as a player, but to unlock your second star player or the player on the rise, you got to get rid of Jared Allen, man. But shout out Cleveland, man.
Evan Mobley working way too hard for buckets.
Shout out Golden State, Jimmy
He
Butler.
playing like cat, but don't got the
Who?
skill set.
Who?
Evan Mobley. You mean he got to score perimeter?
Evan-
shit like that. Like,
But yo, the problem is Cat's running center. If he wanted to drive, he could drive it. He could do it. But Evan Mobley, he got Jared Allen clogging the paint there. Like, you want me to shoot middies?
yo.
Oh man. But shout out Golden State. Shout out Curry. Shout out Jimmy Butler. They went through a whole thing during half of the season also, and they made it through. But come on, man. Enough of the second round.
Golden State lost at 5, man.
And I ain't gonna give no shout out to Boston, man.
Oh,
I ain't giving no shout out to Boston. It better be up to y'all too.
No.
No, I was, well, Boston for different reasons, but we're really going to sit up here and not talk about Russell Westbrook?
Nah, shout out Russ. Shout out Russ. Shout out
Russell
Russ.
Westbrook, I'm sorry he didn't make it to the next round, but he played phenomenal basketball for
Yeah. Shout out
Yeah,
Russ.
that's my problem.
But his
That's
standards
my
are really
problem,
low.
bro. Hold on, Jay.
What
What you talking about? Shout out to Russ. Nigga put up 6 points in game 7. Talking about shout out to Russ.
Yo.
He played hard.
Yo.
That's the shit we talking about.
Yo.
This standard is real low. This
Yeah.
standard is real low.
Oh,
Just because he ain't turning the ball over.
Yeah.
Just because he ain't turning the ball over.
Yo,
Nigga
He
put up
put-
6 points.
he put in work this playoffs to keep niggas alive. He put in some crucial buckets.
Nah, he did. But what we saying is like shouting out Russ for giving you 12, 13, and like not turning the ball. But that's what you really saying. You saying shout out Russ for not fucking it up. That's what you saying. That's what you made me say. You saying shout out Russ for not
The
fucking it up.
Russell Westbrook slander has got to stop.
Be real though, ain't no knock on Russ.
Ain't
But
no
you
knock.
But you really saying shout out Russ for not fucking it up.
What I'm saying is, he's a future Hall of Famer.
He is.
I appreciate what you've done for the game. I appreciate what you mean to the game.
He does.
You are the engine that won't stop,
Mm-hmm.
and that Russell Westbrook shit gotta stop.
Nah, I mean like look, he's the first
I ain't
ballot
never
Hall of
call him.
Famer.
I'm never gonna call him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call him that. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I respect Russ. I respect Russ for what he is, but let's be real. Let's be real. The standards is low for him right now. As long as he ain't fucking it up, Russ is out.
All I'm trying to say, bro, is that at some point you have to have a skill set. That hustle shit cool, but if you don't got a day-to-day way to get buckets,
Yo, Russ.
it's quiet.
Russ, man.
I love you, Russ. Respect, man, but come on now.
My nigga
6
Russ.
points, game 7.
Yeah, my nigga Russ, man. My nigga Russ. But
They're better than Kuzma.
the Boston Celtics. And I read the tweets and people like, oh, if Jason Tatum was there, we would have had the chance. They was down. They lost 3 already with him. They lost 3 with him already there, and they was up for elimination by the time he got injured. Boston Celtics, I said it last year, they ran through the East because they were weak and injured. This year right here, they was out in the second round. When New York giving them belts to asses, coming back for 20. Both of come on, man.
Look, man, that show. Listen, I just gotta throw Trae Young in here. It's the only time you might get some love in the playoffs right now. Listen, think about if Trae Young finally had a team. How much he would obliterate teams like Boston, obliterate teams like the Knicks. Yes, even though the Knicks are doing their thing. Think about it. They went and got Jalen Brunson the help you need
Yeah, man.
to succeed. Round 2. Last year they was round 2. It wasn't his fault. He did everything his body could allow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shout out JB,
that nigga was
Jalen Brunson.
banged up, crazy. This season, and I respect the Knicks going out, and this shows that they might be ready for that championship tier.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do when your star is putting on for you, bro.
Putting on.
You know, so I just say that to say the Trae Young get a team next season, excuse me.
They said they had no plans. They have no plans of trading him right now. But that's at least try to build around Trae because he is one of those players that could ignite your offense and create offense for himself and others. Shout out Trae. But enough with the second round. Man.
Yeah,
All these shout outs to the second place, to third place losers.
No!
Let's move on. We in the Western Conference Finals. We in the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 1. Let's start with Minnesota against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Game 1 just finished. Oklahoma City just finished beating Minnesota Timberwolves. They up 1-0. They up 1-0. How do you feel that series going, man? Let me ask you before you get in depth with the series. Who do you think? Who do you got winning the series?
Who do I have winning, or who do I want to win?
Who do you want to win? Hey man, you want Anthony Edwards to win?
His sneakers is hotter. He jumps higher.
Yeah,
He got that little bounce to him.
Yeah, I like Ant, man. And I said it, yo. If he wins the chip this year, he's gonna go on a generational run of talking that shit. He's gonna go on a generational run talking that shit. And no lie, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued with seeing him this summer if he do win it. But who do you believe is gonna win this series?
Based off team construction, if Ant can't pull it off, it'll be OKC. He'll win this series.
And how many games you think?
It's not gonna go 7. It's gonna go 6 either way, whether it's OKC or Wolves, but it ain't gonna go 7.
You don't think it's gonna go 7?
Nah.
So you got OKC in 6.
Yeah. If today's game is any indication, then yeah. I want Ant to win.
But you want Ant to win? How about you?
See.
What's going on? Let me ask you first. Who do you want to win? Because this right here is more like this is a fun matchup. When you talk about SGA versus Anthony Edwards, this right here is a fun match. This for the NBA fans right here.
You can't write this any better.
Who do you want to win?
I want. For me, you know. We first off, if y'all didn't know, we started off as the Wolf Den Sports Show, so you already know what we about. Of course, I want my fellow Wolf to win. But what I will say, and I was telling my boy this earlier today, Minnesota has to play perfect. And not necessarily perfect, but every part of their team has to click, essentially, for them to even compete against OKC. For the simple fact of your boy, Rudy Gobert.
Rudy!
With him canceling out and not being able to provide offense at this stage of the playoffs, that's gonna bite them in the ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that to say you're not gonna make your adjustments, Chris Spencer, and all that, cool. But if we being real, that is the determining factor. Are they gonna respond? Are they gonna provide that offense? Is rebounds? All right, cool. You get rebounds, cool. But you got shit pulling him out to the perimeter. Hartenstein, who can guard him and box out and move him out. He can't just have his way.
Yeah.
So now Shea can get to the paint. Now J-Dub can get to the paint. It's looking like OKC in 5 games, truthfully.
In 5 games? Oh, shit.
And it burns me to say this. It may be my God for sure, but next year, maybe. This year, the momentum is with Shea. He got the MVP. Not only does he have the MVP, his team wants him to win MVP. So if my team hype, what you think I'm about to do? My team hype. How you think my team got hype? Because of me supporting these niggas when nobody supported these young niggas per se.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I say that to say OKC just got a different type of energy this year. OKC in 5 games, handle your business. Being young ain't nothing no more. Do what y'all do.
Yo, I agree with what you said about SG. I mean, I agree with what you said about the OKC Thunder. Like I said, this 2 right here, SGA versus Anthony Edwards. This a fun series. These are, depending on the way that the trajectory of their careers. There's a battle they might look back and be like, yo, I remember that battle right there. That battle made me a better player. Me going up against Ant, me going up against SGA. These are 2, from what we've seen, 2 MVP type players. These are 2 championship players right here. They're gonna look back at this just like Bron does with his mellow battles.
Right.
They're gonna look back at this and say, damn, I beat SGA, or Anthony Edwards, vice versa. Or vice versa, SGA, I beat Anthony Edwards. But, oh man, I think this one's going 7. I think this one's going 7. And if it do go 7, I got Anthony Edwards taking it home. I got Anthony Edwards taking it and going on to the NBA Finals if it goes 7.
Mm.
If it don't, it's because OKC took care of it before Game 6. Game 6 or before that. And by scenario, I got OKC winning the series. I got them winning the series in 6. I seen something today that got me questioning like what's going to go on in the series right here. 1, J-Dub. I seen how Minnesota's gonna pack the paint this series right here. So it's gonna depend on how many plays they can go off transition, how many plays off steals, and jump shots off mid-range or 3-pointers. OKC don't like playing that half-court set. When you slow the game down, it's either SGA or bust or him creating a play for them to succeed, either mid-range or him creating it in a zone. He's not going to be able to create offense off the slow pace. Off the half court set. He's not going to be able to create all the offense for Oklahoma City Thunder. The most important player in this series right here is J-Dub for that reason. How much offense can he create in that half court set?
Yeah,
How much would J-Dub rise to the occasion? Because they're going to need him this series to be J-Dub to get to the NBA Finals.
Oh, you hear?
I said that last series, and he showed up except for that horrible game.
Yeah.
What was it? Which game was it?
4?
No, because they finished. It was Game 6. Game 6 against Denver.
In Denver, yeah.
Game 6 against Denver. That was a horrible point by J-Dub.
He be having weird halves at times.
It was crazy. He can't have that against Minnesota, especially the way they packed in the paint.
It's true.
But the reason I got OKC winning the series is because they beat them at their own game. Minnesota is bigger, stronger than OKC. And there's no reason why OKC is beating you at the rebounds. They getting more boards than you. They getting more steals. Hold on. Let me see. I'll tell you right now. They getting more rebounds, more assists, more steals, more points, obviously, in this first game here. They beating you at your own game. This is your advantage against OKC. You bigger and stronger.
Right.
There's no reason why they beating you on the boards.
And that's my point with Rudy Gobert not being able to provide offense.
No, he's done. No, if you in this series here, you see Knick can run Chet at the 5
and have a failed
he gotta go. Look. 21 minutes, he dropped 2.3 rebounds.
Oh!
Look. It's easy to get Gobert out. If you got a center or a big like Chet Holmgren, it's gonna be easy to get Rudy Gobert out the game. So there goes your leading shot blocker. That's what I'm saying. If Minnesota's gonna even be competitive in this series, they have to find a way to beat them on the boards and find a way to outscore OKC when the times get rough.
Yeah, they was hoping Denver won.
What?
Yeah, we can use Rudy perfect.
Come on. But now they got Chet. And then when they got Rudy up there killing, they got Hartenstein that could put the body, like you said, on them.
Right. And Caruso over there guarding Joker. Like, they got a different type of energy over there. OKC. They can do anything they want, bro.
And they get in transition. If you let OKC defend to the point where they get in transition buckets, getting steals, getting blocks, and just running with it, they're gonna beat you every single time. Their best bet is to try to get OKC on that half court set and take what you can get. But is this transition?
One more thing too. I don't know if Chris Finch gonna open up the bench, but OKC utilizes the shit out of their bench.
Yeah, they got a team set up.
So Minnesota, y'all can't play.
Yeah, but what else can they do? And once Rudy Gobert leaves, you asking Nas Reed now to be the 5, and he's going up against now the Chet Holmgren. He's going up against.
He might be a better, maybe star.
You have to start Rudy because
you don't have to.
You don't have to, but to me, Nas Reed can't be a 5. He can't be your 5.
But he's more mobile than Rudy.
He's more mobile, but you got Chet that could cancel him out, and then you got
niggas think Chet can't score.
Yeah,
I'm not saying.
You got Chet that could cancel him out, and now your advantage if you Minnesota is rebounding, and now you got Hartenstein now that's down there without Gobert. So while Chet's taking care of Nas Reed, fucking Hartenstein's getting all the rebounds. So it's like you have to have Rudy out there at least for some time of the game. But it's killing you. It's killing you. And then you got Nas there. OKC was the worst matchup for Minnesota. And it's for this reason.
And another thing too, I didn't get to watch the game. I'll keep it a buck with y'all, but I will watch it as soon as I get home. Chop it up, you know how we do. But anyways, I bet you Julius Randle had at least 5 turnovers today. And if he didn't, I'm sorry. But I feel like that's one of the OKC's game plan is to make Julius think. If he thinks he's the one creating and dishing and doing things of that sort, he's good at it. But a little too much, and he starts to get docile, and now the offense is even slower.
I mean, Julius Randle held them down for like when Anthony Edwards went down with that ankle. Julius Randle held them out and even gave him a 10-point lead. So I ain't got no. If you asking Julius Randle to create for your team, that's exactly what's gonna happen. But OKC made it to Julius Randle, what you just said, made him think a little bit. If Minnesota don't start using their strengths aid, which is rebounding and out-muscling OKC, this series could be over in 5-6 games. 5 and 6 games. Minnesota needs to start using their advantages.
They may need to get a home game, but this shit 5 games.
Yeah. I think he will.
A-Man is special enough to get them at least a couple games just off of just being in. But Minnesota can't do that unless they start using their advantages. They can't get in transition. Well, they can, but not as good as OKC. You're not beating OKC at their own game.
Right.
No.
You're not doing that. So you got to try to beat OKC with your game. And if they out rebounding you, how you gonna win games?
It means less possessions, less buckets. Come on now.
I think
it's a lineup change that they need, but
I mean that's probably so. But if you sacrificing your Reese. Now you playing to their game.
Well, if you stagger Gobert's minutes, you can still make it look like he's starting.
And OKC ready for that. And that's the only thing that's scaring me. They have to find another way to use their advantage, and they have to find another way to create offense.
But remember, Pop used to do that in the Spurs. Ginobili technically still was a starter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But the Ginobili is a little different. It's big.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
But yo, we gonna leave that one there. But yo, I got OKC. I'm gonna give Ant 6. I'm gonna go 6. I got OKC in 6. You got Minnesota in what?
OKC
No,
in 5.
OKC in 5. You got Minnesota in what? No, you got.
I want Minnesota to win, but I think OKC's gonna do it.
Yo, if it goes down to a game 7, if Minnesota, look, I'm not even counting them out. Minnesota's gonna find a way. They've been here. They playoff tested. They're gonna find a way to use their strengths to beat OKC. That's why I'm giving them games there. But if you ask me who I think is gonna win the series, as in right now, I got OKC in 6. But I'm not counting out Minnesota. It could easily go to. It could easily go 7.
5 games is counting them out. I'm counting them niggas out. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, I don't.
Listen, bro. At some point, you need your generals. They're generals already. All right, cool. Now you need the lesser tiers to step the fuck up. Ant is doing everything this nigga can. Julius is doing everything this nigga can. It's not them, bro. It's what else can this team provide? To your point. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else can you? At this point, it's not. You just watch Spider try. Nigga put a 40 every game and got cooked every game. It don't matter, bro. The stars is doing what they do.
They have to find a way to make up for like the reason they was winning these other rounds is because Rudy was at least providing something.
Nigga, Rudy had 20-20 games.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have to find a way to make up for what he can't provide for you this series.
Right.
So Minnesota, if y'all can find a way, like Darryl said, whether it's lineup changes or something, if y'all can find a way to make up for Rudy Gobert's things, or if Rudy Gobert finds a way to get himself into this game, that's the way I see Minnesota getting into this series. But if Rudy Gobert's a no-show, that's their advantage, is playing big, and I don't see them being OKC at their own game. Yeah, so if Minnesota can't beat them at Minnesota's game, they ain't being OKC in OKC's game.
Little do you know, you've been working on that 3.
Who?
Gobert.
Oh my God. He better get
OKC in 4.
Hey, yo, we gonna move on to the next thing. Gang, yo, shout out New York, man.
Hey.
The vibe in the city's crazy. Walk with me. Walk with me.
So you ain't
Walk with me.
gonna sing the song?
What song?
You ain't gonna sing the song?
Which one?
What song?
Go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go
I
New
hate
York,
that
go! Oh, you want the Frank Sinatra?
Hey, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm spreading the word. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York.
Now Daryl, New York fan, man.
Facts.
Now you're a Knicks fan. Now that's his young.
No, time out. How many times we get on this pod? What kind of hat did they come on?
Yo.
Let's get it. Let's go.
I mean, I ain't singing New York, New York.
You repping it. It's on your name.
Oh, this is the Yankees though.
It's still New York.
This for Jay-Z.
Okay.
This for Jay-Z. But yo, shout out New York though, man. Shout out New York.
I'm tired of his antics.
Shout out New York. Shout out Dallas, New York Knicks,
You know what I
man.
mean? Facts.
Shout out Dallas, New York
He
Knicks.
supporting from the jump.
Yeah.
He never shit to off camera.
No,
That's
I ain't never heard you sing for another team like that, bro. And you a Giannis fan, you a
Giannis.
Boston
He's
Celtics
coming!
fan, you
It's only.
Giannis is coming.
But yo, shout out New York Knicks, man. First time in the Eastern Conference Finals since Ewing.
1999?
Since 1999, 2000. Man,
Years.
shout out New York, man. Shout out the New York Knicks.
Just want y'all to put that in perspective. How old were you when this happened?
Damn.
Like 8, dog.
Right.
But
Y'all
you know,
don't even count, nigga.
man, look, Knicks been through a lot, man. Knicks been through a lot of regimes that sucked. I'll say that much. And that's why you just gotta be you gotta appreciate what's going on right now. You gotta love it, man, because they've been through a lot, man.
And when some nigga threw Chris Duhon, yo, we had to watch niggas like Chris Duhon. Like, yo,
Yeah, Chris Duhon getting straight, man. They got like, yo, what Chris Duhon do? Damn, he the first name niggas mentioned, like, yo, we have to watch Chris Duhon, man. Niggas ain't say Jared Jeffries, niggas ain't say fucking
my son Ronaldo.
Ronaldo Boltman was the elite bench player, man. Nigga, you score a bucket, he there like that.
Oh,
Ronaldo
shit.
Boltman was God though, yo. There was a couple niggas out there that, yo, looking back at the Knicks squad, man, we reminiscing. A couple niggas in there. Ronaldo Boltman, Landry Fields.
Oh, not Landry.
Was out there.
You want front on Landry Fields?
Landry Fields, alright.
So what happened was Jeremy Lin came to the team and stole all his rookie season.
Yo, no lie. Remember Al Harrington was on the Knicks that one time and he was going bananas. Now they was dropping 45. The protege. Oh, nah.
Yeah, he was balling.
He was putting those shits on, bro. Niggas try to come to New York and try to start these sneaker brands. The proteges was out there. The Marburys.
What's that story?
Come on, bro. You're trying to do too much now, New York. You ain't got that. You ain't got that type of spark. But like, yo, looking back at the New York Knicks, man, there's a couple players, there's a couple regimes that you got to look back at and be proud of the place they're in now, man.
A little off topic, but who's your favorite Knick?
What you mean?
Like favorite Knick player?
Wait, like you mean like the players we just named or like or just
all time.
No lie, my uncle Jamal Crawford, bro. Jamal Crawford, my favorite Knick all time.
That's a good one.
He's my favorite Knick all time. He gave my Heat work, though. I ain't gonna lie. He gave him work. But Jamal Crawford, he was my favorite Knick all time. I ain't gonna lie.
What about you?
That's an underrated name, though, right?
Yeah.
No, he's not underrated.
Nah, I ain't gonna say underrated, but that's what a lot of people ain't gonna say Jamal Crawford their
No.
favorite Knick.
A lot of people say Melo, you know, Melo of the world, the Jalen Brunsons of the world. But listen, J.L. Smith for me.
Ooh,
that's my God. Respect. That's uncle. I'm gonna lie, that's uncle. In my head, that's been my uncle, bro.
What's up, JR?
That's the only time I was ever a Knicks fan. That Knicks tape team, niggas had Iman, Tay Kid came out, they had the squad, bro.
Yo, shout out, JR, man. Nigga had that pick of Tahiri.
Oh, stop.
That nigga drink my food.
Yeah.
Shout out J.R. Smith, man.
Just for his on the court and off the court antics, as I've come to know him, I'm gonna go Iman Shumpert.
Oh, Iman? For real, he your favorite Knick all time?
That nigga is hilarious.
Nah, he funny.
I'm watching the show right now too, so he acting.
Yeah,
I'm watching.
he
Or you in the past seasons or?
I'm in season 6. Man.
Oh, I'm about to say because you got to be in the past season. But that's though. That, like I said, if you reminisce at the Knicks, man, there's a lot of good moments, a lot of bad moments, but you just gotta be proud of New York where they're at now. Shout out Jalen Brunson, shout out Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, Carl.
No shout out to Tibbs.
Shout out Tibbs, man. Shout out Tibbs. We gave him a lot of slack this season, and I'm here to give Tibbs his flowers.
Yeah,
man.
let me stop here.
He coaches hard. It might not be your way of coaching. It might not be your style of coaching, but that nigga, for that team, they riding for him, and they'll run through a wall for Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah.
So I give him his flowers. He got them to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2000. 100 wins in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Shout out Tibbs.
Yeah, I
man.
be talking mad shit like I wouldn't love to play for Tibbs. Cause listen, I make mistakes. And Tibbs the type let you feel me, you can play through them shits. Feel me, but like
No, you gotta be paid.
yeah.
If you're a regular nigga, you gone.
Oh, no, ain't no regular for me. I make my mistakes. But like, you need a coach like that. Like, you gotta learn on the floor. If you don't, fuck.
I mean, we ain't really have a problem with Tibbs. It was mainly you this season having your problems.
But that's my thing with Tibbs though. I've had this great with Tibbs for a minute. It's just this style of coaching at times.
Since Doug Rose.
I mean, look, like, yes, he plays you 40 minutes in the regular season and shit, but come playoff time, you don't want to be playing 40 minutes come playoff time and then you was playing 32 minutes in the regular season. Like, there's got to be some games, there's got to be some moments where you got to be ready to play 40 minutes. It just so happens that his players is always ready to play 40.
Yeah.
They always ready to play 40.
I hope they're ready to play 40 now, because Halliburton about to have y'all niggas working.
Oh yeah, they gonna play. But shout out New York, shout out Indiana too. Shout out Indiana, shout out Tyrese for most overrated player to taking your team to the Eastern Conference Final. Shout out Tyrese, man.
Did they have a problem with him?
Who Tyrese?
Did these two have a problem?
Yeah.
Halliburton, I
Yeah.
always
Halliburton had a
Halliburton.
problem.
No, he's cringy. He's cringy.
I put him as face of the league.
Ooh.
Y'all niggas looked at me.
No.
Y'all looked at me like I was bugging the fuck.
No.
I didn't say he face of the league. I was just saying it like maybe.
He's one of those pass first point guards that we not used to seeing right now in this day and age. He's one of those pass first point guards that's leading the way. He's gotten my respect this season right here, this playoffs. But he's like Giannis to me. Like, they just cringy. Like, they just trying too hard to be this, to be something it's just cringy to me. It's just cringy. And Tyrese is cringy. But I respect Tyrese for what he's doing right now for the Indiana Pacers. Shout out Tyrese for most overrated to tell the niggas to shut the fuck up.
That was his dad.
Nah, his dad told somebody to shut the fuck up.
Right.
And sent them home.
Oh, I think Giannis sent his dad home. Because that nigga ain't been in the arena since.
I mean,
Giannis either.
Giannis either.
Yeah, he got big.
Giannis either.
Yeah,
So they
about
both
to go to
they both went home. But New York Pacers, man, this series right here, they gonna fight.
I bet not seeing no playoff game, Giannis. Deadass.
They gonna fight. They gonna fight. I guarantee you right now, within these games right here in New York and Pacers, one of these games right here is gonna get chippy. It's gonna get chippy, bro. I could guarantee you. But
no fighters on these teams, man.
Guys, they got 49ers.
Indiana.
These Fortnite players, nigga.
Nah, but they gonna get a little chippy during these games right here.
I'm not
It's
a fighter,
making
I'm a
something
builder.
Minecraft niggas, nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
Cat gonna poke somebody with his finger. Yo,
Right.
But D, Knicks, Pacers, man. What's your series prediction?
See, I can't do it like Shannon, man. I'm not good with the rhyming shit, you know? Knicks in 5.
Oh, Knicks in 5? You got them in 5?
Knickerbockers in 5.
Yo.
Blue.
Knickerbockers in 5.
Blue and all
I
the
forgot about that too.
sky.
Knickerbockers, man. That's a nasty name.
Spidey.
Yo, but you got them in 5? You ain't giving no Pacers like no chance?
It's not worse than the Mets, though. Metropolitan.
Ooh,
That's the name.
that's legendary.
Yeah, at least it make a little sense though. Like it's Metro, like, but the Knickerbockers, like,
Knickerbockers.
It sounds
He
racist.
sound like supposed to be a boxer and a nigga.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that. But you ain't giving no Pacers no chance tonight.
Knicks in 5.
Yo, he giving them 1.
I get it.
How about you?
Sucker!
Yo, I'm dying in Booker T.
All right. So people think that Indiana is a fluky team. I don't understand how a fluky team can take out a #1 seed. On top of being a #1 seed, they took out the Bucks single-handedly.
Whoa.
It wasn't even like a tough series for these niggas.
Whoa.
They haven't been challenged yet.
We gonna do that? We gonna do that with the Bucks? With Dave Lillard going down on that? We gonna do that?
Hey, you players in front of you.
You did, they did.
Food is
And I'm
food.
not taking that away, but I'm just saying.
Food is food, bro.
Food is food.
You said so.
But sometimes you eat steak and sometimes you eat peanut butter jelly.
And that's my point right here. Indiana, right now, you've been eating straight steak. How you gonna get it when niggas actually play defense on you? You got a team that actually does play defense. They can grind it out. They can win. You've seen them win with 120 points. You've seen them win with 90 points. So
Yeah.
this team can win in many different facets. And that's why I say I agree 100% in the sense of it's a little bit of fool's gold. I ain't been challenged yet. This next team is going to challenge y'all. So this is not going to be easy for neither team. But I will say it's a style of plays. To your point,
Yeah.
the Knicks want to slow it up. You don't want to.
Yeah, of course.
You don't want to with these paces.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna agree with my boy. I ain't even say it, but like I got Knicks in 6, man. No funny.
Knicks in 6?
And for the simple fact of this is the team that knows how to close it out. Tyrese Halliburton is cool, but now you got somebody 3 options that can guard you. So they are gonna switch it up, tire him out, things of that sort. Are we hoping that Pascal does what Pascal does, which is chop niggas in that paint? Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not counting that out to beat JB and the defense of OG.
Yeah.
I'm saying on that perimeter, they're gonna have to knock down a lot of jump shots to be in the game, and that's the same game Boston tried to play.
Yeah. Well, my question is, who's stopping Cat if Cat starts cooking?
See, I asked a poll out. Who would you rather have, Miles Turner or Cat? A lot of people prefer Miles.
Oh, hell no.
And that's what I said. I said, yeah, y'all bugging out. I said, yeah, y'all bugging out. Cat, listen, Cat, you gonna have to show niggas why you came to New York this series, bro.
Insane.
Cause that's crazy. They bugging out. They lie. No. But sometimes he, disappears in big games. And that was the thing
I hear
that they
that.
were talking about. And I understand.
But this is the same Cat that used to go up against Embiid and gave him work.
Right. But
And no disrespect to Miles Turner, but you know Joel Embiid.
and you stood it on Jared Allen for sure.
Yeah.
Cat, man, just have a good series, man. To be honest, just have a good series, and New York will and New York gonna have a good series as well. It's about JB, man. It's about JB.
Ain't nobody stopping that, no.
Like, it's about Jalen Brunson to me. This series gonna go as he goes. Jalen Brunson, clutch player of the year, closing games out. Indiana, I can't even point to you in Indiana who can be like the elite scorer, or the guy that you can go to when things get rough. It could be Pascal, but they got an answer for that. New York got an answer for that.
Right.
It could be it could be Nambrand, or it could be Miles Turner. They got an answer for that. New York got an answer for that.
Yeah.
For everything, New
That's
York
the
has
lot.
an answer for that. If the game slows down, New York got an answer for that.
That's the lot.
If the game comes down to the last 2 minutes and the game is tied, New York got an answer for that. If you need rebounding, New York got an answer for that. Defensively, New York got an answer for that. New York has an answer for everything that the Pacers could throw at them, except the running game. If the Pacers, like you said, if the Pacers if New York lets the Pacers go out and transition, that's where the points are gonna come from. That's where they start flying. That's when the threes start flying, the easy layups. That's when Pacers start having fun. New York, if they can slow the game down, it will be a New York game throughout the whole time there. That's what they got to do with the Indiana Pacers. As far as everything else, I feel like New York has an answer for everything Indiana can throw at them, except the fast pace. I got New York in 6. I got the Knicks in 6. But I'm not counting Indiana out either. Tyrese been playing phenomenal. Miles Turner could. Him and Karl Anthony Towns, when it comes to that matchup, they're going to try to go at each other. And Karl has to be assertive.
Right.
He has to be assertive.
I'm going to be honest, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This matchup right here is going to determine if Tyrese Halliburton is overrated or he really is that nigga. I'm going to tell you why. This is the first series, to your point. He's actually going up against a point guard that's going to put pressure on that ass.
He did it last year.
Yes.
He beat him.
But JB was hurt.
Okay.
Not only was he hurt, that nigga had to play make, get buckets, and play defense on a bum ankle.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm not even going to hold that against you. Last year's last year. Here we here right now, like you said, clutch player of the year. He's been probably the best player in these playoffs. If nobody wants to say it, I'll say it now. He's been the most consistent on top of that and still winning. But, bro, like, I don't know, man. I just feel like sometimes when you're that 1A, like Joker, you get taken for granted. And sometimes his offense gets taken for granted.
Tyrese got to step it up right here. Tyrese got to find a way to if Tyrese can find a way to score in isolation, which he hasn't shown a lot of examples of. He has a lot of game winners. I mean, he's had a couple game winners. He has a couple moments. But when the game slows down, Indiana needs a guy that they can give the ball to, and everybody get out the way.
Right.
That ain't his game.
New York got that though. New York got that in their arsenal. So like I said, everything Indiana got, New York will have an answer for. So I got New York in 6.
I watched him very closely during the Cleveland series. That's not his game. He's like a 7 seconds or less.
7 seconds or less. That's what
3-point shooter.
That's what New York has to maintain. New York has to maintain not trying to run that 7 seconds or less. Because once it gets to that half court, that's a New York game.
But what I will say though, I didn't know that motherfucker had that range like that.
No,
Yeah, he had range. He was in 3-point contest.
Last season, in that in-season 20, he was bugging pulling from deep.
Yeah, he,
No, I know. I'll be real. I knew he could shoot. I didn't know that they could shoot from that deep. That's a little nasty.
Tyrese, it's his formula though, but it's usually 7 seconds or less.
Yeah.
If they can get to that game, then Indiana got a shot.
Oh, absolutely.
If they can get to that game, Indiana got a shot. And it's not me counting them out. That's what I'm saying, game 6, depending on games.
And this shot is
Indiana gonna say
consistent too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
But I got Knicks in 6, man, because in JB, we trust.
It burns me to say
Because I think
Then
Halliburton might be the better shooter, but JB is by far the better scorer.
If you know, you know what I'm about to say right now. Shout out to one of my good friends' brother. He said that one time we was siphoning and shit at the crib. It was a couple years ago. He said, "Yo, in 2025, the Knicks are gonna win the championship." I thought he was bugging the fuck out. And here we are in 2025, and the Knicks are in the Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe he's on to something.
New champion guaranteed.
Oh yeah,
Fact.
definitely that.
One of them guys gonna forever be immortal. Whether it's Anthony Edwards, whether it's SGA, whether it's Jalen Brunson, whether it's Tyrese Halliburton. One of them guys are gonna bring a title to their city for the first time. Some for the first time, some for the first time since the 70s. The Pacers, I forgot when's the last time they won it, but I know
Before, yes.
What?
ABA.
One of these guys will bring a championship to their city. They will forever be immortal, forever be remembered. Whether it's Anthony Edwards in Minnesota, whether it's Tyrese Halliburton in Indiana, JB, Jalen Brunson in New York, or SGA in Oklahoma. One of these guys will forever be immortal at a young age.
And stop playing with my nigga and give him a fucking MVP, NBA. Stop playing.
I don't know.
Pissing me off.
We don't have time to speak on that right now.
No, that's over. That's over, man. They're gonna give it to SGA just for narratives. But yo, New York, man. New York stand up. The vibe is here. I hope y'all ready.
New York stand up, huh?
That game's tomorrow, Wednesday.
I'm still not a Knick fan.
Nah, you ain't gotta be there to respect it. You ain't gotta be there to respect it.
Yeah, I respect that shit.
My problem was never with the New York Knicks. It was always, I always spoke facts on them.
Oh,
My problem was always with their delusional fans. It's with their delusional fans. They would tell you I hate the Knicks for telling them exactly what was gonna happen year in and year out. But New York Knicks, consider me a hater, man. Y'all can consider me a hater, but for spitting the facts. But I don't hate New York. The New York fans are delusional. But I'm a Cowboy fan, so I respect it.
Yeah, you understand.
I respect
logic.
it, man. But New York, the Knicks in 6. I got Oklahoma City in 6 also, man. But it could go either way. Pacers, Minnesota could come back and they could beat them too. I ain't counting them out. But yo, welcome me to Pod, man. Episode 25. Western Conference Finals edition. Eastern Conference Finals edition. Killer Kong, Tyler God, JD, man. Walk with me.